Okay, and we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our South by Southwest Tech Policy Google Hangout, in which we'll talk about and preview the tech policy events coming up at South by Southwest in just a couple of weeks. And we are joined by Kristen Matter from Dell and Zach Graves from the R Street Institute, and within seconds or minutes, hopefully, Katie McCullough from Americans for Tax Reform, all of whom are doing fantastic events at South by. For all of us in the tech policy field, one thing we are always trying to do is bring policymakers and staffers directly into contact with innovators and startups and people who are actually doing things and inventing products and services in the tech field. Because we find the more that we can do that and get them out of the beltway, the greater the understanding of our industry and what we need from a policy sense. And we certainly, CEA, we try very hard to do that at CES, and many of you join us there. And we also look for other opportunities to do that. And one of them, increasingly, is South by Southwest. Over the last few years, there's been a growing DC policy presence in Austin for South by. And this year, it looks like it is going to be bigger than ever before. And it's going to be a phenomenal opportunity to expose policymakers and staffers to our industry and the extraordinary things that the tech industry is doing. So why don't we talk specifically about some of the things that are going on, and let me start by introducing Kristen with Dell, a Texas-based company who is doing some fantastic events at South by in a couple of weeks. Kristen?
Thanks, Michael. Dell is really excited to join South by Southwest again this year and partner with CEA and also the Austin Technology Council to put on some amazing events. The first event that I'm going to tell you about is on Friday, March 13th. It's our kickoff reception at Plaza Lavaca. I'll go ahead and paste our RSVP in the group comments on your screen if you'd like to attend. We're going to have members of Congress attend, different startups, different innovators. It's going to be a great way to meet everyone who came down to Austin before we get started with the policy panels. So please feel free to share that invite. Everyone is more than welcome to attend. Up next on Saturday, we have a full day of events scheduled for you. One of the ones that we're most excited about is located at our Dell Lounge, and that's going to be our policy hackathon, where we have members of Congress, students who are studying policy, tech policy, entrepreneurs and others sit down together and discuss a policy problem and then hash out the solution. And then we're going to have a panel of judges review their policy proposal and award the best policy proposals. And then we're going to have, of course, a live band and some great entertainment afterwards at a VIP reception. So go ahead and RSVP at the link. Everyone, of course, is more than welcome to attend. We have another one if you're interested in women in tech, entrepreneurship, and innovation. We have that coming up with Kathy McMorris-Rogers and Susan Delbene, two congresswomen who are working to better tech, and that's going to be an RSVP via email, but go ahead and reach out to me if you're interested in attending. We have a really great lineup there of speakers. And then we have a full day of policy panels at the Omni Hotel, and this is hosted in partnership with the Austin Technology Council. So these are up. We have everything from Can Washington Protect the Net Economy, with Nika Noir of the Internet Association, to the net infrastructure, the economy's hidden backbone with Rep. Kathy McMorris Rogers and others. So we have some great presenters for you, and I can go ahead and forward you those RSVP links.
Terrific. Okay, it's going to be a fun couple of days of events. So let me go from there to Zach Graves with the R Street Institute. Zach, what you got going on?
Well, one thing we've done that we announced recently at your in-person preview event was a list that we published of awesome policy-related events at South by Southwest. Now, this is mostly panels right now. I'm going to go ahead and paste it in the chat window for everyone to check out. And you can go there and you can see the R Street Institute's events, and you can see other groups' events that are mostly in the tech policy space, but other policy issues as well. So you can check out our 3 panels there. Our first one is on Friday on open government data and transparency. Our second one is Sunday morning on how big data can transform poverty policy with Congressman John Delaney from Maryland. And our final one is also on Sunday on the limits of free speech and privacy and the right to be forgotten. Now, we also have a happy hour with the Center for Democracy and Technology on Saturday in the evening at 5 o'clock. You can find the link to that also on the guide that I posted. It's password protected. You're welcome to email me if you need the password, but the password is monkey selfie, one word.
That's marvelous.
And the other thing that I have that I wanted to mention is a Google group that I created last year mostly for DC policy wonks and advocacy people and tech people going to Austin to coordinate on events and other things of mutual interest. So I'm going to go ahead and post that link in the chat window right now as well. And go ahead and click on the link and send us a join request, and I'll go ahead and approve all of the ones I get today coming in.
Great.
I would just say, the other thing that I was turned on to was a party RSVP app called RSVPster that Austin in Congressman Farenthold's office pointed out to me, which is actually a pretty handy tool to bulk RSVP to every possible interesting event out there and then sort through a big pile of event emails later. I think I've gotten a couple of dozen different ones from it so far.
Great. And Zach, you and R Street have done a heroic job in coming up and finding and listing and making it easier to find out what's going on in one central location, which is always the challenge at South by. So thank you. That's terrific. Katie, are you on?
I am here.
Great. We cannot see your video. We can see your picture. We can hear your voice. So you are good to go.
Now it looks like I did something with my privacy settings that I don't know how to undo. So that comes from working on the privacy sector. Yeah, no, we are really excited. I'm very excited to participate in Innovation Day with CEA again this year, talking about patents. That's going to be a wonderful discussion. I think Innovation Day was a great thing last year, and everyone will really enjoy it again this year. I was just going to kind of bring attention to a panel that my boss, Grover Norquist, will be on called Putting Policymakers to Work for You, Fostering a Pro-Innovation Nation. And this features Grover Norquist, Julie Samuels, Executive Director of Engine Advocacy, Adrian Fenty, Business Development Manager, Perkins Cole, and Representative Jeffries, the Congressman from Brooklyn, New York. And Michael will be our wonderful mediator again. So I think that'll be a really interesting discussion with a bunch of different viewpoints, bringing people into the Austin section to talk about that. And then on Sunday, the 15th, before that is the legal hacking. panel that Jamison Dempsey, he's one of the founders of Legal Hackers. They started in New York, and he's going to be on a panel on Sunday at 3:30 talking about legal hacking and what legal hacking is. And you can find out more about legal hacking through the hashtag legal hack or going to their meetups. And there's a Legal Hackers meetup.
I should say they do lots of awesome events in DC too. We'll post the chat window.
Okay, that sounds terrific. Couple more things. Katie talked about our Innovation Policy Day. We did it last year, a full day of innovation policy panels. It was the first time we'd ever done it. I wasn't sure, how it would go over because South by is a crowded messaging environment, but it was full all day. The panels were fantastic. I know a bunch of you on the call on the hangout were there. It was like literally packed. A lot of the audience were people we didn't know. In other words, kind of regular folks who were interested in tech policy and how it impacted them, which was great. And we decided to do it again this year. So this year it is going to be Tuesday, March 17th on St. Patrick's Day at Parkside Grill. That is on 6th Street. We're going to kick off with a breakfast sponsored by Google at 9 o'clock. We're going to go toward 4:30. The event is going to feature an open bar all day. You're going to come anyway, but if that's an added inducement, go for it. Open bar all day. And we're going to have a diverse group of really excellent panels to talk about hot issues on the technology scene. We're going to start with a panel on the future of the open internet and net neutrality, a non-controversial issue there. We're going to have a panel on digital privacy. We're going to have one on protecting and promoting the sharing economy, featuring Yelp and 1776 and Uber and Lyft. That'll be great. We're going to have a panel on patent reform, featuring Katie, Austin from Congressman Fernfeld's office, somebody from Rackspace, and Russ Murbeth from Intellectual Ventures, a non-practicing entity. So that should be lively. And then we're going to finish up with a panel on immigration, featuring everybody from Forward US to the American Eagle Forum. And we've tried very hard on all these panels to make sure that a diverse range of views is represented. People that the tech industry, most of the tech industry may agree with, people that some of the tech industry may not agree with, and we've actually gone through a lot of work to make sure that it will be diverse and it will be lively, and it will not be the same people saying the same old stuff all the time. So that'll be fun. So again, that is Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day at Parkside Grill. A couple other things. On Saturday, March 14th, we're doing a meetup the afternoon of March 14th at Maggie Mae's on 6th Street from 3 to 5 p.m. Just a good chance for the DC tech folks to come together. And then Monday night, Monday, March 15th, we're doing a late night event, the Late Night Lounge, starting at 10 p.m., ending at whenever. The idea is to have kind of a clubhouse where all the DC people can get together, all the policy people can get together at the end of the night. We're going to have Hank Shockley from Public Enemy on the turntables, and that is going to be, where is that going to be? Is that going to be at Maggie Mae's? All right, the invite to that will be going out, but that should be a terrific event. So the Late Night Lounge will be Monday, March 15th, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And then all information, all the events is at ce.org/SXSW. So ce.org/South by Southwest, and I'm sure it's all going to be on Zach's fantastic email list. So does anybody have anything to add? Okay, so the policy agenda is quite full with extraordinary events. There are going to be, by my count, about 24 members of Congress down there, even more staffers, so it's going to be a fantastic audience, and hopefully it is going to be substantive and a lot of fun. So with that, thank you very much for joining us. I hope it was helpful, and we'll see you in Austin.
Bye.
Thank you, Michael.
Great, thank you. That was fantastic.